Tom Brady doesn't hand out praise lightly. 7 Super Bowl rings don't come from being impressed by mediocrity. So when the GOAT himself not only publicly honors a rookie quarterback but personally sends him a signed jersey with a handwritten message, you know something extraordinary just happened. Last night, Cleveland Browns rookie Shedeur Sanders didn't just have a good game, he announced himself as a generational talent in a way that made Tom Brady take notice immediately. What happened in those 60 minutes of football was so remarkable that it's already reshaping how the entire NFL views rookie quarterbacks. Stick around because I'm about to break down exactly why Brady's endorsement changes everything, and trust me, the details of their behind-the-scenes connection will blow your mind. What you're about to discover goes far beyond typical rookie success stories. This isn't just about impressive statistics or a single great performance. We're talking about a 5th-round draft pick who just received the ultimate validation from the greatest quarterback in NFL history, and it happened faster than anyone thought possible. I've been covering the NFL for years, and I've never seen anything quite like this. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what Sanders did that caught Brady's attention, reveal the incredible behind-the-scenes mentorship that's already begun, and explain why this single game might have just changed the trajectory of the Cleveland Browns forever. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this moment represents something much bigger than football. It's a passing of the torch that could define the next decade of the NFL. Here's what most people don't realize about Tom Brady. He watches rookie quarterbacks with the eye of someone who's seen every possible scenario play out over 2 decades. He's witnessed countless young players crumble under pressure, make rookie mistakes, and fail to grasp the mental complexity of professional football. So when Brady immediately recognized something special in Shedeur Sanders' debut performance, it wasn't casual observation, it was expert analysis from the greatest quarterback who ever lived. Let me paint you the picture of what Brady saw that night. Sanders stepped into prime-time lights against the Carolina Panthers defense that came prepared to feast on rookie mistakes. The defensive coordinator had implemented aggressive pressure packages specifically designed to overwhelm a young quarterback. They were playing tight coverage, bringing extra rushers, and doing everything possible to create chaos in the pocket. This was supposed to be a baptism by fire that would humble the 5th-round selection. Instead, Sanders delivered a masterclass in quarterback play that had Brady texting him within hours. Completing 14 of 23 passes for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns might not jump off the stat sheet, but the way he achieved those numbers was pure artistry. His first touchdown demonstrated the kind of anticipation that typically takes years to develop, releasing the ball before his receiver even made his break, threading it perfectly between coverage levels with the confidence of a 10-year veteran. But here's where it gets really impressive. And this is what Brady immediately recognized. Sanders' decision-making under pressure was flawless. When the Panthers brought heat, he didn't panic or force throws into coverage. Instead, he stepped up in the pocket, kept his eyes downfield, and found the check down when it was there. When they played conservative coverage, he took the aggressive shots with perfect timing and placement. This isn't just good quarterbacking. This is the kind of processing speed and mental clarity that separates franchise players from career backups. The second touchdown showcased something even more special, improvisation ability that you simply can't teach. When the pocket collapsed and his primary receiver was covered, Sanders extended the play with his mobility, kept his eyes downfield, and found his secondary option for a perfectly placed scoring strike. Brady watched this play and saw himself 20 years ago, that same ability to create something from nothing when the play breaks down. What really caught Brady's attention, according to sources close to the situation, was Sanders' composure throughout the entire game. There were no rookie moments, no deer-in-headlights expressions, no visible frustration when things didn't go perfectly. Instead, Sanders carried himself like he belonged on that stage, communicating with his offensive line, making adjustments at the line of scrimmage, and leading his team with the kind of quiet confidence that championship quarterbacks possess. The Panthers' defensive coordinator admitted after the game that they had prepared for typical rookie struggles and instead faced what felt like a seasoned veteran. That's the kind of performance that makes Tom Brady take notice, and more importantly, take action. Now here's where this story becomes absolutely incredible, and it's something that's never happened before in NFL history. Tom Brady didn't just send a congratulatory tweet or make a generic public statement about Sanders' performance. According to multiple sources within the Browns organization, Brady initiated what can only be described as a comprehensive mentorship program that began weeks before Sanders even took his first professional snap. Let me break down exactly what's been happening behind the scenes, because this is where the story gets truly remarkable. Brady apparently identified Sanders' potential during his college career and had been quietly monitoring his development. When Cleveland selected him in the 5th round, Brady reached out through intermediaries to establish contact. This wasn't casual interest, this was strategic investment in what Brady recognized as generational talent being overlooked by most of the league. The mentorship program Brady created is unlike anything we've seen before. We're talking about personal playbook annotations that Brady developed over 20 years of elite performance, film study recommendations based on specific defensive tendencies, and pre-game routine suggestions that help Brady maintain peak performance throughout his career. This isn't generic advice. This is the download of 2 decades of accumulated wisdom from the greatest quarterback in history. But here's what makes this even more special. The signed jersey presentation that happened after Sanders' debut wasn't just a congratulatory gesture. Sources within the Browns facility describe an emotional moment where Sanders entered the locker room expecting typical rookie treatment and instead found Brady's jersey hanging in his personal stall. The message inscribed on that jersey, "Stay humble, keep proving them wrong," represents Brady's personal philosophy that carried him from 6th-round draft pick to 7-time Super Bowl champion. What's fascinating is how this mentorship extends beyond just football technique. Brady has been sharing mental preparation strategies, pressure management techniques, and leadership principles that took him years to develop. He's teaching Sanders how to handle media obligations, manage expectations, and maintain the kind of mental fortitude that championship quarterbacks require. This is essentially a masterclass in quarterback excellence being delivered personally by the master himself. The weekly conversations that have been established between Brady and Sanders represent something unprecedented in professional sports. We're talking about regular film study sessions where Brady breaks down defensive concepts, explains how to read specific coverages, and shares insights about game management that you simply can't learn from coaches or textbooks. This is experiential wisdom being transferred directly from the greatest quarterback ever to a rookie who's already showing he has the talent to absorb and apply these lessons. Perhaps most importantly, Brady is teaching Sanders how to handle the psychological aspects of playing quarterback at the highest level. The pressure, the criticism, the expectations, Brady knows better than anyone how these factors can derail even the most talented players. By establishing this mentorship relationship early in Sanders' career, Brady is providing him with tools and perspectives that could accelerate his development by years. This isn't just mentorship, it's the passing of a torch from one generation to the next, and it's happening in real time right before our eyes. The ripple effects of Sanders' emergence and Brady's endorsement are already reshaping the landscape of professional football in ways that most people haven't even begun to understand. This isn't just about one rookie having a good game. This is about a fundamental shift in how the NFL evaluates talent, develops quarterbacks, and approaches competitive windows. Let's start with what's happening in Cleveland, because the transformation is nothing short of remarkable. For decades, the Browns have been the poster child for quarterback instability, cycling through 28 different starters since returning to the league. The organization had constructed a championship-caliber defense, acquired elite offensive weapons, and built infrastructure designed to support immediate success, but they were missing the most crucial piece of the puzzle. Sanders' emergence doesn't just fill that void, it potentially accelerates their competitive timeline by years. The locker room dynamics have shifted completely. Veterans who were initially skeptical about a 5th-round rookie being handed the starting job are now fully bought in. Offensive linemen are protecting with extra intensity, receivers are fighting for additional yards, and the defense is playing inspired football knowing they finally have a quarterback who can capitalize on their efforts. This kind of organizational alignment is what championship teams are built on, and it happened overnight. But the implications extend far beyond Cleveland. AFC North opponents are scrambling to adjust their defensive strategies. Baltimore's secondary coordinator reportedly convened emergency meetings to analyze Sanders' tendencies. Cincinnati's defensive staff is studying film to identify potential weaknesses. Pittsburgh's edge rushers are practicing specific techniques to target his mobility. One game has forced an entire division to recalibrate their approach. On a league-wide level, this is causing front offices to question everything they thought they knew about quarterback development. The traditional model of sitting rookies for a year or more is being challenged by Sanders' immediate success. Scouting departments are reconsidering their evaluation criteria, wondering how they missed this level of talent in the 5th round. Coaching staffs are questioning whether patience represents outdated philosophy or necessary development time. The financial implications are staggering. Jersey sales exploded overnight, with manufacturers increasing production to meet demand. Primetime schedule makers are considering additional Browns appearances. Fantasy football platforms crashed as players scrambled to acquire Sanders. An entire economy has suddenly orbited around one rookie's emergence, generating millions in revenue practically overnight. Perhaps most significantly, this is changing the conversation about what's possible for rookie quarterbacks. Previous conventional wisdom suggested that young players needed time to adjust to professional speed, complexity, and pressure. Sanders is proving that with the right talent, preparation, and mentorship, immediate impact isn't just possible, it's achievable at an elite level. The paradigm shift extends to how teams approach their competitive windows. Organizations with aging rosters might be more willing to take chances on young quarterbacks if they believe immediate contribution is possible. The entire timeline of team building could be accelerated based on what Sanders demonstrates this season. This is bigger than football. It's a cultural moment that's redefining what we believe is possible when exceptional talent meets unprecedented opportunity and elite mentorship. What we've witnessed with Shedeur Sanders isn't just a great rookie debut, it's a generational moment that's already reshaping the NFL landscape. Tom Brady's unprecedented endorsement and mentorship represent the ultimate validation, but more importantly, it provides Sanders with tools and wisdom that could accelerate his development beyond anything we've seen before. The Browns have gone from quarterback purgatory to potential championship contenders overnight, and the entire league is taking notice. The real question now isn't whether Sanders can sustain this level of play, it's how high his ceiling actually reaches with Brady's guidance. We're potentially watching the emergence of the next great quarterback dynasty, and it's happening faster than anyone thought possible. This story is just beginning, and if Brady's track record means anything, we're in for something truly special. What do you think about Tom Brady's mentorship of Shedeur Sanders? Have you ever seen a veteran player take such an active role in developing a rookie? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your perspectives on these incredible NFL storylines. And if you want to stay updated on Sanders' journey and Brady's continued involvement, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on because this story is going to have many more chapters. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next in this unprecedented quarterback mentorship that's already changing the game.